So, we all know that winter comes every year and it's going to be cold. And summer comes every year and it's going to be hot and humid in many parts of the country. But sports is very similar. Is that you see the same things over and over and over every year in sports. I swear to God, it's the same thing. And every time the media acts, oh my God, surprised. I can't believe we're having. It's like injuries in the NFL. You get like 10 big injuries every year in the NFL and 2 or 3 quarterbacks. In college football, the polls come out, right? And everybody's like, it's terrible. These committee members are idiots. And it's like, just take a deep breath. We get to about week 7, week 8, week 9 in college football, and we're just going to have a bunch of upsets. Every year of my life, this is the way it's worked. Every single year of my life, like week 8, 9, 10, 5 good teams lose because you get rivalry games. And then what happens is teams going into rivalry games the week before are looking ahead and lose. And then some teams lose the rivalry games. And then some teams, like a Penn State or an Ohio State, comes off an emotional rivalry game, and they're flat the next week. So you get this 3-week period in college football. The week before rivalry games, upsets. The week of the rivalry games, half the teams lose. And then the week after the rivalry games, teams are flat. And it happens every single year. So you know how in football, the NFL, sometimes I call it Separation Monday, where it's like about 2 weeks ago in the NFL, the good started separating from the average. You're seeing that now in the NFL. It's like, okay, Big Ben, Brady, it's a Seahawks. You're like, okay, it's Separation Monday. The next couple of weeks are going to be Elimination Saturday in college football. I'll give you the schedule this week, and I'll tell you, you're going to see upsets. I'll pick them right now. I think Virginia Tech is going to upset Miami this weekend. And so Miami, who's number 10 in that playoff poll, is done. I think Oklahoma State, number 11, at home is going to beat Oklahoma. So the number 5 team is going to be done. I think Clemson wins close. Wisconsin wins close. Penn State wins close. I think Texas has a very good shot to upset TCU. They get their quarterback, their freshman quarterback they get him back. And I think Texas in the trenches has an advantage. So I think Miami loses, Oklahoma loses, and I would say keep your eye on Texas upsetting TCU. It's going to be a very close game. Then let's go to next week. Are you kidding me? Washington's at Stanford. Washington, they'll get knocked off. Notre Dame's at Miami. Do not be shocked if Miami, off a loss, Mark Richt does not lose 2 in a row very often, is re-energized and knocks off Notre Dame. Georgia goes to Auburn. Let me tell you something. Georgia's got a young quarterback. They were down to Notre Dame early in the year on the road. Going to Auburn for Georgia, I would take Georgia to win it. It's a touchdown game. Then Oklahoma State, who everybody falls in love with, don't be shocked if they lose at Iowa State. Then TCU, if they don't lose this week to Texas, they got to go to Oklahoma. And I'll say this. Now, I do think Ohio State will beat Michigan State. Keep your eye on Iowa, Wisconsin. Both teams are winning with defense. Neither team very dynamic offensively. That puppy's going to be 17-13 and decided by a goal line stand. So, we get every year in college football, everybody gets all worked up. I can't believe the committee. You go look at the next 2 weeks. I'm going to make you a promise. We're going to have at least 3 and maybe 6 teams in the top 10 to 12 go down. And this is the reason it works. It's the week before the rivalry game, it's the week of the rivalry game, and it's the week after the rivalry game, and you get teams looking ahead, teams losing the big one, teams flat after winning the big one. It's a 3-week period. It happens every year, and this is when college football gets really fun to me. The games are better. The games are closer. It's rivalry games. Teams looking ahead. Penn State just had a really emotional loss. How do they play this weekend on Fox? How do they play this weekend? Against Michigan State. Michigan State's a pretty good team, bold team. How's Penn State? It's an incredibly emotional loss for them. They may be flat. I think they'll win, but I think it's close. Kristine with the news.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.